Let's cut across to our panelists this evening. Joining me, Sudhir Suryavanshi, senior journalist, Rajdeep Sardesai, consulting editor, Sahil Joshi, Mumbai bureau chief. Rajdeep, let's begin with you. Who do you think, Rajdeep, would be the Chief Minister of Maharashtra? Right now, two probables. It's Devendra Fadnavis, in all probability, looking to make a comeback again as CM. But Eknath Shinde, do you think he's ruled out yet?
Look, every indication, Preeti, is that it will be Devendra Fadnavis. The BJP is pushing hard for it, the state BJP. The RSS is pushing very hard for it. Remember, Fadnavis comes from Nagpur, RSS headquartered in Nagpur, and for a long time he's been seen as the RSS's favorite candidate there. And given the fact that the BJP had a remarkable 90% strike rate in Maharashtra, you would expect that Fadnavis would become the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. But, and this is a big but, the Shiv Sena in particular is trying its best to push Eknath Shinde's case, claiming that Eknath Shinde brings a measure of continuity, that the election was fought under his leadership, that the Ladki Bahin scheme that everyone believes was a game changer was his idea, his initiative, and was positioned as the Mukhyamantri Ladli Bahin scheme. And there are important municipal corporation elections in Mumbai and Thane where having a Shiv Sena leader as a chief minister might be to your advantage. So you've got the Eknath Shinde camp pushing hard for it. But the sense one gets is that unless something dramatic happens, and even allies like Ajit Pawar have reportedly pushed Fadnavis's case, you would expect Devendra Fadnavis to finally fulfill his promise made 5 years ago, "Mi Puna Yenar, I will come back."
Sahil, who would you put your money on? Because right now it does seem that the front runner is Devendra Fadnavis, keeping in mind the massive mandate the BJP got.
Well, there has to be some reason behind why Eknath Shinde's party, Shiv Sena, is putting forward very aggressively that Eknath Shinde should be made Chief Minister. Today, one of the Member of Parliament from Shiv Sena, Naresh Maske, made it very clear that BJP should actually show big heart and make Eknath Shinde the Chief Minister, should implement Bihar pattern. At the same time, he also gave an example of Haryana, that the elections were fought under leadership of Naib Singh Saini, and he was repeated as the Chief Minister after the election results. Similarly, the elections were fought under leadership of Eknath Shinde, and he has delivered the results, and that's why he should be made the Chief Minister. So there has to be some kind of, some reason behind Shiv Sena's aggressiveness, about which, till now we used to think that the Shiv Sena will behave exactly the way the BJP wants them to behave. So there has to be some kind of backdoor talks which must have happened before the assembly elections. There has to be some kind of a talks with Eknath Shinde, with the BJP hierarchy about the Chief Minister's position. Some kind of promise, not promise, but hints might have been passed before assembly elections, and that's why we are seeing that in Mumbai, everywhere there are big hoardings put up saying that how Eknath Shinde is the one who gave the leadership to win election for Mahayuti. So it is not just that because Eknath Shinde is a sitting chief minister, they are pushing their case forward. So I would still wait for some more time, and BJP is also not showing that eagerness to jump to any kind of a conclusion. The people from Maharashtra BJP are coming forward and saying it very clearly that now it is their turn. 137 seats they have, 133 of their own, and 4 alliance partners and independents who will be supporting BJP. So 137. So they have the rightful claim on the Chief Minister's position. But the BJP in Delhi is not yet opening their cards at this point of time. So there is something going on behind. So
there's something going
if you give me a minute,
behind. I'll come back to you, Sahil. Just a minute. Let me bring in Sudhir and Rajdeep back, and I'll come right back to Sahil on that. But, Sudhir, with what Sahil mentioned, possibility of pre-poll promises, but a 90% strike rate where the BJP is concerned washes over each and every pre-poll possible promise that could have been made to Eknath Shinde.
See, Preeti, no one can deny the contribution of the Eknath Shinde in the Mahayuti getting, 230 seats. Even the BJP is the single largest party with 132 seats. But the contribution of Eknath Shinde, nobody can deny. Because, after losing the many seats in the Lok Sabha election, everybody's moral were down. But the Shinde, as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, pushed very hard, some many welfare schemes like Ladli Bahina, Shravan Bal scheme, then the financial assistance to the farmer. And plus he in the cabinet, he took several big decisions like announcing in the boards with every caste and community. And that has made, change in the narration. Maha Vikas Agadi were completely failed to counter that narration. So therefore, the credit always goes to the Eknath Shinde as a head of that Mahayuti. Now the question arises whether the BJP wants to give the credit to the head of the Mahayuti, or they want to make their own person as a chief minister because they are emerged as the single largest party. That is a big question. The logic here, Eknath Shinde camp is putting that if the Eknath Shinde has not been made as the chief minister, then it will send a very wrong message to the alliance partner everywhere across the India. Eknath Shinde was ahead, so he should be made as a chief minister. If Eknath Shinde will not be chief minister, then I think Uddhav Thackeray will get a sink of relief in that context. If with the minister you get a power, but with the chief minister you get absolute power. Eknath Shinde was a chief minister and he has absolute power. Therefore, he was able to succeed in many aspects, but not only by winning the seats, but also expanding the footprint of his party as well. If he is not at the helm of the affair, then I think it will raise the questions over his leadership. And there may be drift within his camp. They may not be drift now, but in the sooner or later it will happen. So it's a big catch and catch-22 situation for the BJP leadership.
To bring you in back on this, because can you actually deny Eknath Shinde when you're just months away from the BMC election? Because even if there is an outside chance of a resurrection of the Uddhav Sena, it will happen during the BMC election. Keeping the caste combination in mind, keeping the continuity of Eknath Shinde in mind, keeping the, in mind the BMC election, maybe let him go on for a little while right now. Don't rock the boat, because primarily the BMC election is going to be a Sena versus Sena face-off again.
Well, I think there's a big difference, Preeti, between Bihar and Maharashtra. The BJP in Bihar for a long time was very much party number 2, and Nitish Kumar in most polls would be seen as the most recognized face of Bihar when you ask for chief ministerial candidates. On the other hand, in Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis has been a chief minister who's already served a full 5-year term. He was seen to have sacrificed the chief minister's post to become deputy chief minister. And because of the overwhelming nature of the BJP's mandate, it seems very difficult to stop him. Had the BJP got less than 100, then Eknath Shinde possibly could have made a stronger case, because the BJP would be more dependent on its allies. But I don't think that caste factor that you just spoke about, the fact that Mr. Shinde is a Maratha, will finally influence the decision, because the margin is so huge. It means that the Mahayuti has got a cross-class, cross-caste alliance this time. Even in Marathwada, where the Marathwada reservation took place, the BJP has done very well. So I would be very surprised if at the last moment there's a twist or a change in what the High Command of the BJP decides. But Fadnavis is the front runner. And let me say this, there is one possibility that some people are raising within the alliance, that Fadnavis could come to Delhi as BJP president, and that could pave the way for Eknath Shinde to remain as chief minister. But that seems unlikely. Fadnavis wants to be the chief minister. He believes his time has come.
Well, Fadnavis, the front runner, hasn't come to Delhi as the president, but he's on his way to Delhi to meet the High Command where the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, is what we are hearing. But Sahil, you wanted to add to it, and let me pose that question which I spoke to, which Rajdeep was also speaking of. That whole Nitish Kumar formula aside, but to keep Shinde in position, especially till BMC elections, because if there is going to be a possible reinvention, resurrection of Uddhav Sena, it will have to come during the BMC election. So keep him going, keep the face-off going, and then think later. Do you think that could be an option?
Well, I don't think that the decision will be taken only looking at the BMC elections, because right now it doesn't make any sense that just because to win over the BMC elections, make Shinde a chief minister. That can happen even if the BJP has their chief minister as well. The decision will only be taken on the issue of whether there was a pre-poll promise. Was there any pre-poll discussion which we are not privy of? Thirdly, Shinde was projected as a Maratha face, and that's what Eknath Shinde's party is now talking about, that he's one of the important Maratha face, and that's why he should be made the chief minister. So now whether the BJP is ready to take this plunge, that Maratha has not been made a chief minister, somebody else has been made a chief minister, and then there are two deputy chief ministers from Maratha community. Is that what can happen by the BJP? It's something what we have to look at. There is a third partner also which we have to talk about, because it's not the government of Shiv Sena and the BJP. There is a big chunk of NCP as well. And actually, the person who is thinking of Bihar pattern is Ajit Pawar, because in Bihar, the Nitish Kumar and BJP's vote banks are completely different. And when Nitish Kumar can take his vote bank along with him, whoever he has an alliance with, he can take that with RJD also, and he can take that back with BJP as well. So similarly, and their vote banks are completely different. Similarly, Ajit Pawar has a different vote bank now, and BJP's vote bank is completely different. So Ajit Pawar is thinking on the Bihar pattern lines that if BJP's chief minister is made, then at least he will be of a level playing field with another regional party, that is Shiv Sena, and that gives him edge. If Eknath Shinde becomes the chief minister, that will be a problem for Ajit Pawar as well. So Ajit Pawar's party believe that whoever has got the maximum seats, more seats, should be given the chance to have the chief minister's position.
And he's been very vocal of that, Sudhir. With what Sahil is saying, the sheer fact that you have, one faction of your alliance who's been very vocal outwardly, come out and made it public, that BJP is the party with the maximum number of seats, therefore deserves its own chief minister. It's also politics within the alliance.
Yes, Preeti, there is a reason behind why Ajit Pawar is vocal against the Eknath Shinde and in favor of Devendra Fadnavis. If you see the last 2.5 years of the government, and particularly after Ajit Pawar joining as a Shinde government, Ajit Pawar has faced a lot of problems. Shinde has not used to pass his file regularly. He used to find out lot of queries in his file. There was, lot of differences in the posting and promotion of the officer. Ajit Pawar has to wait for the Shinde for, several hours outside his office and his bungalow also. Therefore, Ajit Pawar feels that working under Shinde will not be good for him, because his stature is not, his stature is different, and his style of function is also different. And he feels comfortable with the Devendra Fadnavis, and both are very good friends. They have got good rapport also, and both they share their birthday also similar day. So he feels working under the Devendra Fadnavis is more comfortable than the working under the Shinde. Shinde is looks different, but his style of function is different. Therefore, I think the ball is in the Delhi's top leadership court. They have to take the decision over it, and the RSS will play the major role in this entire thing.
Well, Devendra Fadnavis is going to be in the national capital today. Is going to be in the capital tonight. But Rajdeep, with coming off from what Sahil is saying, Sudhir is saying, even now it's not a done deal. But how do you look at it? The entire power sharing. Could there be a possible model that could be developed? Because even with having two deputies, it's something which the BJP doesn't quite want, but will be okay, going into it. How do you look at that?
What I am hearing is that Fadnavis as chief minister with two deputy chief ministers, Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar, is what is on the table. The BJP will get a major chunk of the ministerships, about 21. 12 would go to the Shiv Sena and about 10 to Ajit Pawar, because that would mean you're within the 43, which is the maximum that you're allowed in Maharashtra. So I think there will have to be a power sharing, but there'll have to be a recognition from these allies that the nature of this verdict means that they are effectively now subordinate to a dominant ascendant BJP.
Sahil, do you want to weigh in on it? Because, is this the formula, or do you still think too early Eknath Shinde could very well come back as chief minister?
That's what I'm saying. Just now, a while back, I was seeing a tweet of Dr. Shrikant Shinde, who is son of Eknath Shinde and member of parliament of Shiv Sena. He has tweeted a television channel story in which they are taking some vox pops and they are talking about how Eknath Shinde should be made the chief minister. So he has tweeted that particular story. So you can understand that why Eknath Shinde is actually pushing for it. It's not something that he has left it to the Mahashakti which he has quoted in 2022. He's pushing his case very hard. It's not something that we are not looking at. But yes, there is a lot of chorus by the cadre of Maharashtra BJP here, which is clearly saying that no, this time we should not take it bow down. We should have the chief minister's position. In fact, when Amit Shah before elections he had come to Maharashtra and took some 4 meetings with workers of various regions in Maharashtra. That time he had got a sense of it, and that's why his tone of while speaking to the political workers of BJP workers was explanatory, kind of, that if we understand that there was some kind of a problem, but yes, this time we have to be united and fight the election. So because they were hugely disappointed, I still remember that visual when in 2022 suddenly Devendra Fadnavis declared that it's not him but Eknath Shinde who's going to take oath as a chief minister. There was a huge disappointment on the face of the BJP MLAs and workers gathered to hear the announcement at that particular time. So even after getting 137 seats, 133 seats, if the same thing is repeated, the BJP hierarchy also is a little bit wary of that. How will their own workers take it? Because it is easy to say that our workers are disciplined and they will listen to everything and all that stuff. But in reality, in politics, that never is the case. I mean, everybody has some kind of expectations and they want to move ahead in life in politics. And that's why they will have to consider all these things as well. So if Devendra Fadnavis becomes the chief minister, the power sharing will be a little bit different, because this time everybody would like to have a kind of a pie of this mammoth victory. And that's why whoever gets the chief minister, I think they will have to do away with certain ministries as well. So that formula will also have to be reworked. It will not be the way, as easy as that majority chunk will go to the BJP and rest will be distributed among Shiv Sena.
All right, so the power sharing formula would need to be reworked, but definitely there is going to be some amount of power sharing, and the blueprint would be taken from what was the last government. But Sudhir, along with the power sharing formula, who to expect, there's also politics on the other side of the divide. Uddhav Thackeray really doesn't matter much. The Aghadi clearly doesn't matter much where you look at the numbers stacked up on the board. But there is politics. You can already hear Uddhav Thackeray saying that, the chief minister should not be Eknath Shinde.
Because there is he is, I think, provoking the BJP by making that statement. If Eknath Shinde is the chief minister, it will create trouble from his party's remaining force also. Therefore, he is provoking BJP. And he knows that they will not make the Eknath Shinde chief minister. Therefore, he is provoking. And second thing, you should understand that, few days back, there was a rally of the Eknath Shinde at the Azad Maidan. That is the Dasara rally before the election, where he said a particular line, Mala halkyat giu naka, don't underestimate me. And that line has resonance. I think that line was for more to, not to opposition, but more for his allies, particularly BJP. Don't underestimate Eknath Shinde. Therefore, they are asserting the position. Eknath Shinde, many people are going, everywhere. Like today, his wife and many Ladli Bahinas, more than 1,000 Ladli Bahinas has gone to the Pune and, visited Daglu Shet Halwai Ganesh temple there. And they are praying for the Eknath Shinde as the chief minister. So he will not take easily whatever offered to him. He will assert completely his position, and that is that is the case. I think in Marathi we also call dogancha bhandan tisra chala. These two people will find, and somebody from the Delhi will send some cheat, like Vasundhara has given the cheat. Some different name will be read out. We should not surprise if somebody's name get read out.
Really? Okay, Sahil, that's a big thing. Do you think it would be something which happened in Rajasthan or Madhya Pradesh? Because Sudhir really put a cat in the pigeons there. Because till now you're just thinking it could be Fadnavis or it's Eknath Shinde. Those are the only two options.
Well, there is a big lobby working around here. In politics of corridors of power, there are multiple possibilities, and this is also one of the possibility what we have seen. But it is not easy to run a state like Maharashtra when there are three-party alliances. So you cannot play around like this the way it could happen in, say, Madhya Pradesh, or say in Gujarat, or say in Rajasthan, that will be a difficult thing to do, because finally whoever becomes the chief minister will have to work with stalwarts like Ajit Pawar and his senior ministers in the cabinet, also with Eknath Shinde, who have had 2.5 years of chief ministerships experience.
Okay.
So it is not going to be easy. So you will need somebody who will be able to handle this three-party coalition. At the same time, the opposition, which is down at this point of time. But
okay.
Let me tell you.
So you're leaving all the possibilities open. Rajdeep is quite sure that in all probability it's going to be Devendra Fadnavis. Sudhir has put a googly in there that it could be Devendra Fadnavis, it could be Eknath Shinde, or it could be what happened in Madhya Pradesh or Rajasthan. That it could come through a chit. Sahil is also leaving all doors open. With that, we're going to leave it at that.